like some of the older work I was doing, I'm really looking at how we define ourselves as a culture. How we kind of tell the stories of what we would like to be, and how does that actually relate to how we actually are. In particular, animal fables, because those have been kind of a really ubiquitous way of defining ourselves, not just in this culture, but all the way back to antiquity, and in almost every culture has stories like those. So that's really interesting to me. In these works, though, one of the things that I've been trying to do is when I integrate the landscape, typically it's really an invented landscape where I'm kind of making stuff up as I go along. These landscapes, though, are more explicitly rooted in my experience here in the Pacific Northwest. And the interesting thing to me is that they're mainly kind of remembered aspects of different places that I've been here in Oregon. And because of that, they end up being kind of stitched together in this kind of sort of strange way, where you almost get kind of the greatest hits of the Northwest kind of landscapes, and that's fascinating to me how we actually translate that real landscape in our own memories. And in particular, too, though, this show I'm sharing with another artist, Kindra Crick, who much more directly deals with kind of what's going on in the brain as we remember things. So, how do we actually physically store memory, and kind of what is the nature of that? So when we were talking about our own work, that was one of the real strong threads that came through to us.
So my name is Kindra Crick, and I'm showing at Gallery 114. And my art balances and straddles art and science. So I take these two cultures and I merge them together. So my current theme that I'm working on is with some research done by John Harkness at WSU. So he works on memory and addiction. And so I took the memory component of that, and it shows up in my paintings and my installation. And the idea that everything that you experience in life, except for the present moment, is memory. And that, of course, is important. And his research and what I've gleaned from it is that how do memories that you have last over a lifetime? What cinches those in? What corsets them and keeps them? And so they're just beginning to kind of expand in terms of this knowledge, and I bring that into my artwork in terms of what's permanent and what can fade away, using chalkboards as one of my themes throughout, and this idea of what is temporary and what is seemingly permanent. The show opens December 1st, first Thursday, at Gallery 114, down in the Pearl, so first Thursday. And the Artist Talk is?
The Artist Talk is on December 10th, and that's at Gallery 114 at 7 to 8:30. And we'll be talking, and we'll have actual human brains there for people to hold.
That's right, that's right. So, it'll be exciting.